Hey, welcome back to the channel, and let's talk about the law of assumption. So Neville Goddard said that imagination creates reality. And I got a story to tell you. So 4 years ago, we're in the Philippines on a 3-week vacation, and we're staying with my in-laws, and 2 weeks in, we run out of clothes. So naturally, we go down to the laundromat, we do our laundry, pick it up, and come home, and then go out to dinner. And halfway through dinner, my wife starts freaking out of nowhere. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she says, I left my purse in the laundromat. And she starts freaking out because all of her money, all of her credit cards, her passport, everything is in there. And she's not a citizen of the US. So she's thinking like, I'm not going to be able to get back to the States. You're going to have to go with our daughter. And she just starts freaking out. So we had been studying Neville Goddard and the law of attraction and all of these principles of creating reality. So I said, this is an amazing chance to put this to the test. And she says, well, you put it to the test. I'm worried about this. So that night, we're getting ready to go to bed. And I explained to my daughter, who was I think 6 or 7 at the time, what we're going to do. And I led us through this meditation where we saw and felt ourselves driving up to the laundromat, get out of the car, and then walk up to the laundromat. The owner's there, and she's holding the purse, and she's just smiling from ear to ear. Now, mind you, this is in the Philippines, which is an amazing country, but it's a third world country. And anybody who found that purse would have been very, very, very rich and probably changed their lives. But we didn't care. So we went to bed that night. We rehearsed this scene over and over and over again. And we fell asleep. The next morning we wake up and we drive to the laundromat. Sure enough, there is the owner standing outside with the purse with a giant smile on her face. My wife goes up there, she's smiling from ear to ear, gets the purse. There's not a single dollar missing. There's nothing that she needed that was not in its perfect place. Now, this is very important for you because you can use the law of assumption to create as much money as you'd like, to create the perfect relationship, to create perfect health, or anything that you want to experience in the world. And I just want you to get clear about this because you have this power to use this law of assumption. Now let's talk a little bit about why this works. So it's easy to kind of go in there blindly with blind faith, but I think it helps a lot to understand the mechanisms at work here. So by the way, if you don't understand this and you apply it, it still works. So first thing to understand is that everything in the universe is energy. And because of that, everything is connected. And you are a big pile of energy. And your thoughts and your feelings are what determine what kind of energy you're broadcasting. So we got this thing called the law of vibration. And everything that resonates together is going to vibrate together. So I use the example a lot. If I play an A on the violin and there's another violin in the room somewhere that's not being played, it will actually vibrate. And you're doing the same thing with your thoughts and your feelings. So if you have a goal or a vision of something that you want to create, and you can imagine, as Neville would say, the wish fulfilled, and you can live in that experience, not thinking of it, but thinking from it, as if you're actually there and you're experiencing it in the moment. Well, the brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. They've actually done tests with this, and you can change the brain with thought alone. And you combine that thought of your vision of the thing that you want to create with elevated emotions, and now you're conditioning the brain and body to look like that experience has already happened. Because the thought and the feeling, the stimulus and the response conditions the body, just like Pavlov's dog was conditioned to salivate when the bell was rung. So when you go into this scene and you imagine what it would be like to be wealthy, what it would be like to be in a loving relationship, to be with your soulmate, to have the perfect job, to go on vacation anywhere in the world, and you live in that experience, well, you're combining the clear intention with the elevated emotion. And if you're doing this from the drowsy, sleepy state, the state akin to sleep, as Neville would say, you have entered the quantum field. And the quantum field is where all potentials exist. All potential experiences exist as a vibrational frequency. And when you're in that place and you're in that deep meditative state, and one of the reasons we talk so much about meditation on this channel is because it's a valuable tool to get you there. You're in that state. Now you combine the thought with the emotion, and now to your brain and your body, it feels like you have the experience now, and you're emitting an energy of already having that thing or that person or that money or whatever you're looking to accomplish. So I want to hear from you down in the comments. What is it that you are manifesting right now? And if you have stories, of things that you've created using the law of assumption, put it down in the comments. I'd love to read it. And in the meantime, thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful and exciting and fun, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.